Welcome back to the BJack 70 show. I'm your host, Brandon Jackson, and we have so much NFL free agency news to go over. I won't be able to go over all of it, but I'm just going to bring you the important things that I think you need to know that we should talk about, that I'll discuss for a little bit, try to hit a little bit on each one, or just give my thoughts about each thing I'm going to bring up. And then we'll get out of here. But before I do that, just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you in advance for liking the video. Thank you in advance for subscribing to the channel. Thanks for sharing it. Thanks for getting the word out there. Thanks for helping the channel grow. So with that being said, appreciate you being here. Let's get right into it. Tua Tagovailoa got cut from the Miami Dolphins. Post June 1st cut. Gonna split that dead money up. But he's getting all his money. He's getting, I believe, $52 million guaranteed from the Miami Dolphins this season to go away, to not play quarterback in Miami. So what he will be doing is signing for the minimum, like we expect Kyler Murray to, at any minute now, sign also for the minimum. But Tua Tagovailoa is going to sign for the minimum, $1.3 million to the Atlanta Falcons. For people that are Browns fans, for people that know Kevin Stefanski, this is kind of funny. Just a little funny, because you're looking at Tua, you're looking at Dylan Gabriel on the Browns roster that he seemingly was behind drafting. Does he have a thing for Samoan, Hawaiian, short left-handed quarterbacks? Maybe. I can't rule it out. But that's probably not why he's getting signed to Atlanta. The main reason he's getting signed to Atlanta, in my opinion, is because Michael Penix is working his way back from ACL surgery. Don't know, probably won't be healthy going into week one. So you can use Tua as a bit of a bridge to start when he's healthy. When Michael Penix comes back, let them fight it out. Let them have tryouts like the Dark Knight. But when he does come back, if you have Michael Penix as your starter, Michael Penix is also left-handed. So your receivers, your running backs, your offensive linemen, they are going to be adjusted to a left-handed quarterback. And going from a left-handed quarterback to a right-handed quarterback, that does matter. It matters to the receivers because the ball spins a different way when you're left-handed throwing a pass. The protections might be a little different if you're an offensive lineman. Traditionally, the blind side is going to be that left tackle spot. If you're a left-handed quarterback, that blind side is going to be your right tackle spot. So you're going to need your maximum protection coming from the right side. So if you have two left-handed quarterbacks, that alleviates the pressure and confusion for the rest of your offense. The hand of the quarterback kind of impacts the play actions, the drop backs, the rollouts, the boots. You want to be able to tailor it to your quarterback, so you don't want to have to, oh man, we are, Michael Penix is out. We got to flip all these plays to a right-handed quarterback. So that would be the main reason why I think Tua is in Atlanta. Also why I think sooner or later Dylan Gabriel is going to end up in Atlanta. Tua he's under contract for 1 year. Whatever, we'll see how it goes, see how Kevin Stefanski likes him, see how that works out with the Falcons. But one way or another, I think he's going to end up with Dylan Gabriel down there. So we'll see. We'll see eventually, but good for Tua. Wasn't unemployed very long. I mean, if he's gonna be $1.3 million, everybody should at least be kicking the tires. Just even if you have a starter as a backup, because it'd be a very good backup. If you need a bridge like this situation, like the Falcons do, this is probably best case scenario for Tua. So shout out to Tua. Not getting discarded on the side of the road or anything like that. He'll be playing football. We'll see him playing football in 2026. All right. So next up, the team that cut Tua is the Miami Dolphins, and they signed their new quarterback, Malik Willis, from the Green Bay Packers. $3 million. Oh, excuse me. 3 years, $67.5 million, and that's good money. That is good money for, I believe, a third-round pick who's only made 6 starts. Shout out to Malik Willis. Shout out to Malik Willis's agent. Shout out to Matt LaFleur. He can call it family, because coming from draft day to today is unbelievable. So I'm excited for Malik Willis as a person. Happy that he's gotten a big contract. He'll be the starter in Miami. As far as the football goes, I have no idea what to expect, because I have no idea. We're going to have to wait a long time before we get into projecting what Miami looks like, because we don't know if they'll have Jalen Waddle. We don't know if they'll have Devon Achane still on the team. That team is to be continued, to be determined. So good for Malik Willis getting a starting job, getting the bag. We'll see how it goes. And it's only a 3-year deal. If he balls out, he'll be up for much more money the second time around. And on the Dolphin side, if he ends up not being that good, 3 years, $67 million, not that bad. I don't know the fully guarantees. I don't know all of what's in the contract language. It was a lot going on today. But I think it's a good deal for both sides. So good job. Next up, Mike Evans. Mike Evans, wide receiver Mike Evans, left the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to go to San Francisco on a 3-year, $60 million deal, which the contract language came in. It's basically a 1-year deal. Basically a 1-year deal, $17 million guaranteed. Past that, we'll see. Mike Evans is still good. Mike Evans, Tampa wanted Mike Evans back. The reporting is Tampa really wanted Mike Evans back, but Mike Evans was kind of done with the situation. There was a reporter, there was an article that said Mike Evans was done when they lost that overtime game against the Falcons earlier in the season. When they needed the win, they lost in overtime. Defense couldn't do it. Baker Mayfield threw 2 interceptions in that game. He was going off. Mike Evans was going off on the sideline after that game, during that game. So after that, Bucs didn't make the playoffs. It was a disappointing end to the season. So now he gets to go catch passes from Brock Purdy. Probably, if I'm thinking through it, on the Niners, Brandon Ayuk is gone. Juwan Jennings, did they extend? I don't remember if they extended Juwan Jennings or not. They may have. I don't remember, because I haven't seen anybody talking about Juwan Jennings as a free agent. So he must be re-signed. And then you got Ricky Pearsall. As somebody that had Ricky Pearsall on one of their worst fantasy teams, I'm not expecting too much. Still a first round talent, former first round pick, but again, not expecting too much from Ricky Pearsall right now. He has potential still, but Mike Evans is going to be that guy. Mike Evans is going to be that guy, even at his age. I think he's 32 or 33. He's still good. Now, he's not prime Mike Evans. He's not 1,000 yards every year Mike Evans still. There's, of course, injury concerns with Mike Evans. That hamstring could be 2 tears, 1 tear away from falling off the bone completely. So that is concerning. But that's why this is only essentially truly a 1-year deal. And I like it. I like it for both sides. I like it for Mike Evans. Like it for the Niners. Like it for Brock Purdy. I love Mike Evans. I love Mike Evans. So whatever he decided to do, whatever he chose to do, I'm gonna rock with, because I trust him and I think he knows what he can do and he knows what he wants. So I'm gonna be on board with it. Next up, shifting to the trenches for a little bit, Tyler Linderbaum, the crown jewel of the offensive line free agent class, the center. The Browns were in on him. A lot of teams were in on him, but he ended up signing with the Las Vegas Raiders, 3 years, $81 million, essentially fully guaranteed $81 million. And that's because year 1 is fully guaranteed, year 2 is fully guaranteed, and then year 3 guarantees after year 1. So in March 2027, his contract is fully guaranteed for 2028. So basically, they're not going to cut him before next season. So essentially, he's going to get every single dollar of this $81 million over the next 3 years, and he deserves it. He reset the center market. He's the highest paid interior offensive lineman, and he's worth it. If you get to free agency, if you get to true free agency and you're a really good player, you're going to cash out. And this is what Tyler Linderbaum did. Love it for the Raiders, because they needed offensive line help in the worst way. And at center, that's really, really, really going to be impactful for your rookie quarterback. Fernando Mendoza probably is going to start week 1. They keep saying they don't want to start rookie at week 1. They don't want to, throw him to the wolves like that. But I think he's good enough. He's going to play week 1. Having Tyler Linderbaum out there to help him to navigate all of the ups and downs that are going to be on that football field is a great move. So Browns fans wanted him, Giants fans wanted him, Ravens fans wanted to bring him back. But Raiders got him. They paid for him. They earned his services, and that's going to be really good for them. Staying in the AFC West for now, Travis Kelce is coming back and staying with the Chiefs. 1 year, $12 million base salary, with incentives can make up to $15 million. It's cool. Somebody on Twitter said, kind of intimated Travis probably wouldn't come back to the Chiefs for a year, what could essentially be his last year, if he thought Patrick wasn't going to be there long. If it was going to take Patrick Mahomes a long time to recover. So what he's intimating is that Patrick Mahomes is going to be back earlier than later, which we don't know. How soon? Week 1, week 4, week 6, we don't know. But it feels like we're going to get at least one more year of the Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce connection. And then staying with the Chiefs signed the best running back on the market, Kenneth Walker, 3 years, 45 million. I think $28 million guaranteed. I don't have that written down, but if my memory serves me correct, I think it was $28 million guaranteed. Great for Kenneth Walker, great for the Chiefs. They desperately needed a running back. They desperately needed some juice, some life in that running game. Isaiah Pacheco hasn't been the same since he broke his leg. God bless him. Shout out Cleveland. Kareem Hunt was doing his best. Nobody still runs harder than Kareem Hunt. Nobody runs better on 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1 than Kareem Hunt, but they needed some juice. They needed a younger guy in there. They needed somebody that can make an explosive play here or there, and Kenneth Walker is that guy. So just A+ move for Kenneth Walker, A+ move for the Chiefs. He's gonna go high in fantasy. Just, they're moving like Patrick is gonna be ready sooner than we think. So they're loading up. Yeah. So if you're a Chiefs fan, you're a closeted Chiefs fan or not so closeted Chiefs fan, you're liking this, and I'm liking this. So keeping it with the running backs, Travis Etienne signed with the New Orleans Saints, leaving Jacksonville, signed for 4 years, $52 million. Leaves Alvin Kamara's status up in the air with the Saints. Sounds like people are calling the Saints, seeing if they're going to trade him, what they're going to do. Either way, if they keep him, if they don't keep him, I like the move. Travis Etienne is a good back. Don't think he's a great back, but I think he's a good back. We'll see what Kellen Moore can do with him. I don't have strong feelings either way about this. I'm not mad at this. I'm not extremely happy with this. We'll see how it goes. But I think Travis Etienne is a good player. So him go. I like the Jags, and I think he was a good player for them. So sad to see him go. Speaking of the running backs, keeping it there, Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame won't make it past 7. The Chiefs were linked to him. They went and got a running back. The Saints were also linked to him. They went and got a running back. They know he won't make it to their picks. If he does make it to 7 and the Commanders are on deck, Commanders are probably taking it. But he might not make it to 7 because the Tennessee Titans might also take it. That's kind of the story of Jeremiah Love right now. So running backs getting some love on the open market. Jeremiah Love going to get some love in the draft. Running backs matter. Moving on. Alec Pierce staying in Indianapolis, signed for 4 years, $116 million to stay in Indianapolis. Gonna be the wide receiver 1. He was already the wide receiver 1 if you watched Indianapolis at all last season. As soon as this happened, feels like, Michael Pittman was going to be out of there. He is out of there. He is now a Pittsburgh Steeler. I think it's a good move for the Steelers. And I'll add in, they signed Rico Dowdle to a 2-year deal. Steelers, they got better today. Are they waiting for Aaron Rodgers? We'll see. But getting Michael Pittman is a good wide receiver. Maybe not as good as we thought or anticipated he would be. after watching those first few years in Indianapolis. But he's still a good player. He can make some plays, make some catches on third down for you. Rico Dowdle, same thing. Good, useful running back. Steelers lost Kenneth Gainwell. Still got Jaylen Warren, Rico Dowdle, two-headed backfield back there. I think the Steelers did get better today, if for what it's worth. Moving on to another team, Gardner Minshew signed to the Arizona Cardinals for 1 year, $8 million, I believe it was. And then the reporting came out, Jacoby Brissett was going to be their starter. I don't know if that means we should watch out for them to end up with Ty Simpson coming out of the draft. Are they trying to tank? Are they trying we don't really know the direction that Arizona's going in, but Minshew will be the backup at least right now. Jacoby Brissett will be the starter at least right now. They re-signed James Conner. So that'll take them out of the Jeremiah Love sweepstakes. Cool, I guess. I'm still looking at them for Ty Simpson. I really have no idea where Ty Simpson is going to end up. Somebody has told him he's going to go in the first round. I don't know where. It should be, if I be damned if I could pick a spot for him to go to, it would be Pittsburgh. Ty Simpson is the exact quarterback that they should try to make work. Maybe could be underrated due to not having enough college experience, but good enough to actually be your franchise quarterback, right there somewhere in the middle. He's a guy that I think the Pittsburgh Steelers should look at. But maybe it's the Cardinals, you'll never know. Couple of wide receivers. Rashid Shaheed went back to the Seahawks for 3 years, $51 million. Wan'Dale Robinson went to the Tennessee Titans for 4 years, $78 million. Not mad at those deals for those guys. Rashid Shaheed, Seahawks, they chose between Kenneth Walker and Rashid Shaheed, chose Rashid Shaheed. For them, it probably will work out. I'm not sure where they'll look to for their starting running back position. In the draft, I'm not sure unless they get who was Price, Jadarian Price, the backup to Jeremiah Love at Notre Dame. I don't know if I want him to be my starter on a team that's trying to defend their championship. But they're gonna have to make a move somehow, some way to get a starting running back, and we'll see what they do. But bringing Rashid Shaheed back, I think that was important. His speed absolutely changed multiple games, the whole playoff run for the Seattle Seahawks. So good job bringing him back. Wan'Dale Robinson with the Titans. Wan'Dale's a good player. Familiarity with Brian Daboll, who's the OC in Tennessee. So good for him. Getting paid, getting with a coach that knows his skill set, knows what to do with him. I didn't go into it, go into all of their transactions today, but Titans got better. Titans are, might be a team to go from, I don't want to say worst to first because they got the Texans and the Colts and the Jaguars in their division, but they could be a little bit better immediately than we think they are. Definitely better than they were in 2025. And then last but not least, not a transaction, but a rumor, Is Brian Thomas Jr. really on the trading block now? It sounds like the Jaguars are open to trading him, but it's going to have to be for the right price. Going to have to be for the right price. So that feels like an Andrew Berry move there. I know he's speculated. I know he's molded over with everybody else in the front office. That feels like an Andrew Berry move, but will they pull the trigger? Who knows? Brian Thomas Jr., unbelievable first year, very disappointing second year, kind of an enigma as a player. Don't really know, which year was the real Brian Thomas Jr. That first year really went off with Mac Jones throwing to him. Couldn't really get any chemistry going with Trevor Lawrence, and that carried over into year two. So Trevor Lawrence is going to be your quarterback, obviously, moving forward. So if you can kind of recoup close to what you use to get Brian Thomas, probably not going to get a first rounder, but if you can get a second back after 2 years of play, might be something that you need to do, but we'll see. I mean, honestly, if I'm the GM in Jacksonville, I'm going to keep him and figure it out. Figure it out. I've said all off season over many videos, just get good players into the building and figure it out. You have a talented guy in Brian Thomas Jr. I don't know what the issues are, but you got to figure it out. You just got to make it work. He's too talented to not keep trying to make that work. So, got to do it. But maybe they don't want to. Maybe they know something that we don't know. So, we'll see how that goes. But that is my day one. That's my day one free agency recap. It was a fun day. It was a fun day. A lot of notifications, a lot of reading through contracts and numbers and opinions and everything. So obviously I couldn't bring you everything. If you want every single signing, go to ESPN. I didn't really talk about who the Browns signed on Monday. They got Zion Johnson, an offensive lineman from the Chargers. Not a huge fan. It's more of a potential play. And then they signed linebacker Quincy Williams, who is a good player, nice veteran leader that can bring some more leadership into the locker room. Do like that signing. But I'll probably, wait a little bit. We'll probably talk more Browns on Friday just to see the whole scope of what they end up doing. If they end up doing much, they might not do much. So I guess we'll talk about it either way. But yeah, just wanted to get, the splashier names and headlines talked about for Monday. So there you go. Thank you for watching. Hope you liked it. Hope you appreciated the information and the opinion and the analysis. If you did and you're still here, subscribe to the channel. I'm giving this to you 2 times a week. A lot of times more than 2 times a week, but definitely 2 times a week. Tuesday, Friday, all year. Bring it to you all year. So stick around. Tell your friends. Like the video, subscribe, share, do whatever you want. And until the next video, I will see you.